One of a gardener's worst fears is losing his or her crops to pests. There's a variety of pests that attack all types of plants, but today we're going to focus specifically on the cole crop family. This little broccoli patch is a perfect example of what can happen when pests get in your garden. We're going to talk about aphids today, since they're pretty general and affect a wide variety of plants. So, how do you know you have an infestation of aphids in your cole crops? Well, a dead giveaway are these holes in the leaves. Aphids like to hang out on the underside of leaves, and they like to suck the juices out of the plant and damage it in the process. These holes could also be the result of cabbage loopers too, but through careful inspection, I've identified that the primary culprit to the holes in my leaves for this broccoli are aphids. Here's a typical leaf from one of the interior sections of this broccoli patch. As you can see, there are a few aphids right over here on the upper portions of the leaf, but for the most part, most of the aphids are hanging out underneath. You could see them in their colonies here, doing their work and sucking the sap out of the leaves. If your broccoli patch is small enough, you may be able to employ mechanical means of controlling your aphid population and infestation. One such solution would be to spray the underside of the leaves where the aphids colonize with a nice, cool blast of water. This generally helps dislodge the aphids and knocks them off the leaves to prevent them from continually sucking the juices out of your plants. The downside is they may crawl back up the plant stems again, only to reattack the leaves. But this should be your first line of defense against controlling aphids. Even before you spray some water on the underside of the leaves to mechanically remove the aphids, nature may already be on your side. If you look closely at the aphid colonies, you can evaluate whether or not a parasitic wasp population is present within your patch. The presence of these brown, mummified, larger aphids compared to the live aphids over here are indicators that you have parasitic wasps helping you to control your population. The parasitic wasp reproduces by injecting an egg into each aphid. Each egg then metamorphosizes within the aphid and killing it. When the wasp is ready to hatch, it digs itself out of the mummified aphid to search for more aphids to infect and continue the life cycle of the wasp. If you have a really large outbreak of aphids, a parasitic wasp population may not be adequate enough. Ladybugs are also a good second choice in controlling aphid populations. If you do decide to purchase some ladybugs, be sure to let them go in your patch in the evening after fully watering the plants. Ladybugs are attracted to the water and like to climb up the stems, where they'll find their next host of food, the aphid. If all else fails, I don't recommend this, but there are commercially available insecticides that can be applied to plants to help control pest problems. This should really be a last resort and should only be used in absolute extreme cases. Now, obviously, the parasitic wasp and ladybug populations won't be able to completely control 100% of your aphid population, but they should do a darn good job as to keeping everything in check so that you should be able to harvest some produce.